Yes, the legend is true, everyone. I'm back. After like a month or two. I can't remember, but yeah. We're gonna be dissecting the Yeeps 2.0 trailer. I'm so excited for that. I'm also gonna make a video of me playing it when it comes out. Probably. Don't quote me on that, but yeah. Also like the video so it could get boosted on the algorithm. It's free, so it doesn't really affect you at all. All it does to you is put more Yeeps content in your algorithm. Yeah, beat the algorithm. Okay, whoa. So already we can tell there's gonna be a new mob, which is like a flying bee that shoots projectiles, which is pretty cool. And they're also gonna add another map like Infested Castle, which I think is sick. Look at that background. But yeah. Hold on, go back. I'm pretty sure I just saw somebody ragdoll on the ground when they died. Yeah, you see him right there? He's like dead near the beacon. That's pretty goofy, y'all. And then there's this other map that looks like the freaking Battlecraft update map, if you somehow remember that.
Yeeps 2.0.
These next couple shots are just what we have now, so yeah.
The biggest update in Yeeps history is only a few days away. But really, it's more than just an update. We're leveling up the entire game using the foundation we've built over this incredible past year to make sure Yeeps is bigger and better than ever. So what does that look like? Well, let me show you.
Okay, that was like a ton of new maps. We also saw a couple new things, like open world. We already saw that, or we already knew about that. And then also we saw the campfire thing, new gnomes, and then we also saw the day and night cycle, which is pretty cool.
We're pushing him through the wall!
Okay, I guess we're having NPC gnomes now. Also, if you look at the top right, you can see like a red pad where I think that's its spawn point, I think.
That's right. Yeeps 2.0 is all about a brand new, gigantic... We've rebuilt everything from the ground up into one cohesive open world. And to do that, we got to work with 5 of our best build teams to show you the peak of Yeeps building. Where are the old maps? Don't worry, they're still here, but I'll cover that part later. Having the maps laid out in an...
This is one of the best indications of open world right here. You can see the transition from biome to biome.
Open world like this lets us breathe new life into all the biomes in Yeeps, so that each one can grow into a real place with its own unique gnome society.
Okay, right here, if you zoom in to that grass area, you can see this log thing, which is, it kind of reminds me of the ingredients, but I'll get into that later.
And culture. And of course, a bigger world also means... We asked you what you wanted to see in Yeeps 2.0, and this one came up more than anything. So, we delivered. Now you can build...
Okay, just basing off this, I think we can tell that the map sizes are going to be 1.5 to 2 times bigger, possibly.
Taller towers, longer passageways, bigger mazes, and so much more. This new world is alive.
Okay, right here we see a new mob, and we also see that wood stuff again I was talking about earlier. But yeah, pretty cool.
In every sense of the word, it's full of NPCs that you can chat with, trade with, hang out with, and of course, battle.
And then right here you get a better view of the ragdoll mechanic that you can see at the bottom there.
But not only that, there's also now, in Yeeps 2.0, time...
Yo, look at that working clock block?
exists. And based on the time of day, you may encounter...
And then right here we have a new mob for the snow biome, which is a wolf.
An unexpected pack of visitors. Of course, it is Yeeps, so most of the time it's night. But let me tell you, from experience, looking out at your first Yeeps sunset is something truly breathtaking. Now, I'm sure some of you are also curious about the new terrain, and I'll get to that. But first, we need to talk about... An open world is complete without...
Right here we have like a death sign, which looks pretty cool.
Secrets to discover and fun things to do. So all throughout this new world,
There seems to be a new block that looks like an icon for the game mode. There's probably one of every game mode of these, so yeah.
find Yeeps has tons of classic modes to choose from, and for the first week of 2.0, we'll be expanding the world with a new map every single day for each of our classic modes. In short, the core game modes of Yeeps are all making a return. But in 2.0, things are even better, because you'll also earn something for every time you play a game. Those gnome societies I mentioned earlier trade with a brand new currency, silver beans.
To be honest, I don't even know if these are going to be blocks that are obtainable or not, but I hope you're able to use them in your maps, instead of them just being in official maps.
And beans are super easy to rack up. Of course, you can earn beans for playing games, but many of the mobs you see wandering around are also packed full of beans. So if you beat them up or build some contraption, you can accumulate some big bean numbers. You can use these beans all throughout the world, whether it's to trade for early game items, access secret areas, or even fast travel. And beans aren't the only reason.
Okay, for the fast travel, I don't think it's going to cost that much money since it's like a one-time use thing, you know?
Hidden in this world. As with any open world, this one is full of hidden treasures and loot. Some of it is pretty easy to find, but there are others hidden in dungeons that require a bit more skill to navigate. This merchant here is always looking for rare treasures from across the Yeeps world.
So the wood I was talking about earlier, I think that's going to be used for this merchant. And also they said there's going to be more than one merchant, so that's going to be pretty cool. Multiple buck coins to get.
And if you can find some, the merchant won't just give you beans, they'll actually give you a hefty sum of butt coins. That's right, there are now weekly quests to earn even more butt coins and progress faster than ever. And that's not the only way we're making our progression faster. We know that over this past year at Yeeps, we've added hundreds of new building blocks to our map. So to help our new and returning players keep up, each week at random, a few of our older blocks will be made free.
So for these free blocks, I think they're only going to do blocks from like 2 to 3 updates ago, because if you look right there, you can see a prop from the prop update.
For everyone. Of course, this is only for old blocks, and you never know what you're going to get, but if you just want to get straight to building, be sure to swing by every week to get your hands on some free blocks. Alright, that's great and all, but where are the, As with any Yeeps update, we're adding some new gadgets. And we did say this was bigger than a biome, so we didn't just add 1 or 2 new gadgets, we added a new gadget for every single biome, and then some. Meaning we're adding more gadgets in this update than we've added in any update.
So my predictions for the gadgets, I think the top left one is going to be for the beach biome, because you can see like the teardrops or water drops. The bottom left one is probably going to be a snowbound one because of the color scheme. And then the top right one is probably going to be fantasy or just suburbs.
Since launch. Now, we won't spoil them all here, since it'll be more fun to try it for yourself, but here's one of my favorites, the saw blade launcher. With it, you can rip out a powerful saw blade that rides up walls.
This is probably one of the weapons that's going to be able to activate buttons and destroy pillows, but not reinforced pillows, probably.
And slices through Yeeps and pillows with ease. And speaking of new things, we also added a ton of new mobs, with multiple in every biome, each with different traits, behaviors, and attacks. Some of them can only be found in certain dungeons that you'll have to discover for yourself, but there's a ton of new life everywhere, all over the world, including our first highly requested flying mob. A big reason for this new world was to add more customization options for builders. For example, you can change the time of day on your maps, and you could make maps darker than before if you want to have that spooky basement.
Okay, so pressing the button on the bottom makes it dark like a basement. And then the little bar right there, you could change it, the actual like skybox, like time.
And atmosphere. Of course, as we promised, you can make maps way bigger now. You can also just straight up build out of bounds. That terrain you see out there is fully customizable, allowing you to shape the flat outside of your map to better match what's inside, or just wall in your entire map if you want. And you can build simple structures, cityscapes, and really any.
I think with that device, you're gonna be able to like choose which material you're building with, like grass, snow, like sand, you get it. And city, of course.
Anything to make your maps feel more like a part of a larger world. And of course, last but not least, even though we're excited to level up our map design for the better, we know that sometimes you feel nostalgic for the classics. And the gnomes of this world get that too. So each week, they'll build you a perfect replica of a random classic map from Yeeps' past. That way, this map is available for everyone to play on together in the public world. And in the drop coming right after 2.0, you'll be able to use your beans to have the gnomes build a specific map just for your lobby. That way you can access every single map from Yeeps' entire year-long history whenever you want. So stay tuned for that. If you hop in during the
If you look over by the cliff, you can kind of see what seems like a sheep or yeti mob, so that would be pretty cool.
First week after Yeeps 2.0 launches, you'll also be able to get an exclusive free limited time cosmetic.
The free cosmetic might be Yeeps 1.0 or 2.0 badge.
Oh, and one more bonus. If you're wondering what the bundle is, This is the Voyager, and in honor of Yeeps 2.0, we're not just giving you one gadget reskin, we're giving you two. They're reskins of our most iconic classic gadgets, the Bat and the Pelican, but fit for a dimensional traveler. So, are you ready for Yeeps 2.0? We're adding a brand new, living open world. Over 20 new maps, multiple hidden dungeons and secrets, tons of new mobs, a bunch of new gadgets and new blocks to mess with, more building features, more ways to earn butt coins, a new gnome economy, and the return of every map from Yeeps' history. This new world is massive, and we didn't even show you half of what's out there. So make sure you're there on Thursday to see it for yourself. See you out there.
Okay, so that was the video. At the time of recording this, there's like 3 or 4 more hours until the update comes out. So if you want to join me, join the private code EDCI. I'll be in there. See you when the update comes out. Bye. Why are you still watching?